What's up, guys? It's KC versus the Oysters. Now, we gotta talk at least a little bit about the players. So, if you just don't know any of these guys, the most well-known players are their jungle, who is literally the GOAT of his region. Like, he is always winning. He plays well. He's been looked at by LPL teams and thought of for teams in better regions. So yeah, he is very good. Doggo, very good player. I mean, he plays in the region that has Shogun, and Shogun is a good player. And Doggo, yeah, Doggo's good. Now, the player that no one's gonna know anything about is this kid, HongQ. And honestly, I don't know anything about him either. To be and the reason why I don't know anything about him is because he's new. He's a 17-year-old kid. He's the youngest player in this entire tournament. And, because Vladi's 19. So he's 2 years younger than Vladi. And, I mean, he's not even, I don't think, last time I checked, I don't think he's even challenger in Korean solo queue, though he does get to play in it. And he just got promoted. Like, he was playing in the academy seat, their academy version, right? Tier 2 version, and he won. And now he gets to play on a team with the GOAT. And yeah, I mean, this is where they're at. Rest, I mean, he's kind of a long-term name. And then I don't know much about their support. And of course, you know these guys. Now, looking at the actual comps, Mbessa definitely can just kind of roll the rumble depending on how it goes, which is a problem. Viktor, if you play it well enough against Aurora, and it's going to be pretty rough. And the way this Aurora nerf has gone, from the what I can tell in the patch notes, is that Aurora isn't good into range matchups. Like, it's just not happening. It's just not happening based on what I've seen and what I the stats and stuff that I see. This is not a good matchup for him anymore. Like, before, Aurora could at least manage it. It's still not the most enjoyable situation, but you can manage it, right? Now it seems even less manageable, and that's a problem. You're playing Kaiser Rakan, which, they have a lot of playmaking power in this team, right? Like, they can try to one-shot someone, which is good. Downside is there's a lot of area control. Viktor, Skarner, Rumble, Leona on Oyster's team that could be an issue. So I'm really curious to see, can Kana just get the same lead that he always does? And how well is this kid going to do in mid? He started E. And so I assume he started E because a lot of Auroras in a range match will start E, which has, range, right? Because your Q's too short range, he's probably not going to be in range for you ever to hit it.
Yike being benched by G2. It's so cool the parallels between these two teams. Yeah, the rookie mid laners as well. And,
so he's just going to poker. And he started Q, by the way, which is not really ideal.
When he was playing with G2. Yeah. And of course, he did struggle a lot.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, that's an issue by Vladi. I mean, that's just a matchup issue by Vladi. So Vladi's eating all of his HP in the beginning, which, yeah, that blows.
I will say it was funny seeing no T1, no PLG, no G2 have been the mainstays. A lot of new faces really looking to get recognized on the international stage.
It's okay, T1 top lane fans are eating good. Oh, they certainly are. There's a lot
of those. Pathing for Kana.
You've got someone that you can cheer for.
A two-wave crash, and they're not playing on jungle side, so they should probably pull it. Really well played by Targ and Kallis. These guys traded, and they got a really fat trade, and this means it's less likely that they die. Well played by them. Vladi is forced to base first, so HongQ won the beginning of the first opener.
Because I felt so silly throughout this whole year talking about laning matchups. I would do it for a whole bunch of time, and then realize afterwards that it's entirely irrelevant. And so now, at least for the first few minutes, we can do that.
Jungle finishes the crab, and then he needs to be bot side to help these guys if wave pulls out.
This was the, I mean, that's where they come from. This.
Oh, Junjia looking for an opportunity here. He does. Pinned down by Targamas, and takes a couple of turret shots and some autos and some Cathy and Rain, and he's not exactly the most...
I don't know what to say about
that.
It definitely was not a Skarner look of ages to do. He just wasted a bunch of time. And they have strong vision on top side to see Skarner popping up again. He's just trying too hard. Vladi's, dude, You know what's awesome about what HongQ's doing? what HongQ is doing is what Vladi was doing to players. And that is he's just being patient. Like, based on what I can tell that's going on in this lane, he's just playing on his range, and Aurora can't do anything. Like, she really wants to do something, but reality is because like every time Viktor throws an E at her, he wants to go in, right? He's like, oh, fuck this guy. He threw E at me, but then he runs away. So he hits, runs, the Aurora pulls in, finds nothing, and then he does it again. And he does it again, and he does it again, and he does it again. And this requires them to find a timing, like, Targ's gonna base here, right? Targ needs a base, and then he, like, kind of has to go back bot if Leo goes straight bot, or else this Kaisek is just gonna drop some CS. But ideally, he would have been mid, but Vladi's already so low that there's probably no play. So, like, the conditions are already too bad, the enemy support shows, and even though you wanted to go mid, there's no play. And it's a non-cannon, so Viktor's big chillin'. Oh, sorry, it's a... Yeah, it's a non-cannon, so yeah, Viktor is chillin'. And now Viktor can base... Viktor can technically take his base here. It looks like he's gonna extend on the map with these items and just chill out. Interesting.
But it's very addictive.
He really couldn't anyways, because it's on the Grubs timer. He would have to match base, technically. He would have to let this fall in and match base. Which is not a bad idea to at least have more items for this situation, but he stays to have level 6 over Vladi. And obviously these guys were down on tempo on bot for the Grubs, which is not ideal.
Everyone is here in the mid lane.
Vladi is very low. Gets control down, moves back down towards top 5. So there's LCK chill mode here in the early game. You'll have to see it.
Like, I can do Pokemon Gen 1, Gen 2, but I'm kind of limited.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a nice trade by Targ.
There's a card game app thingy.
Yeah, there is. It's pretty cool. You get to collect all the cards and stuff. And you do learn about some of the new ones.
Oh, the recent card cult gathering that I've been dragged into Magic.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Because didn't Medic, like, learn the game or something to... Oh, sorry, no, you learned the game for Medic's birthday. Yeah. That was very cute. Sorry, yes. But I'll get something right.
But it's very addictive. I have to be very cautious.
Are you a mono red player?
No.
I only know that because LSU's talked about it.
Rest is doing pretty well.
So every move that I make is basically determined to wind people up. Now, Grubs have spawn. It looks like both teams are set on contesting this.
Yeah. They're already dealing with one of them. You can see Highwing looking for an opportunity. He is.
That was not bad, actually. So,
I know that's aggressive.
if we look at this, Rakan opts to not base, right? Because he needs to match, right? He needs to match now. So he runs up.
Sorry, yes. I'll get something right.
But it's very
they give the space over.
Are you a mono red player? No. I only know that because LSU's talked about it. I know that's an aggressive...
Surely,
I just like to annoy
this guy's gonna hit 6 off this wave, right?
Wind people up. Now, Grubs have spawn.
Oh, okay, he did. I was gonna say, yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
I like that Leo holds this position and doesn't go in. This is good. And then I kind of like that the Viktor R'd here. I mean, obviously his E was bad, but he R's in a way that just kind of makes these guys run. And now they're just kind of lost.
Yeah. Junjia already dealing with one of them.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah. Junjia already...
I mean, in many ways, I wonder if they can actually just move the fight all the way to the left side.
Junjia already...
Because if Kana stays up here, he's gonna walk in, and then they need to decide if they need to go in, right? They're gonna poke these guys out, or they're gonna try to. Everyone has flashes, so you can't really commit Rakan W flash or anything. How do they go about this? Because if they go on these guys, for sure they lose the Grubs. And Kana's always late. So they can't go this way. And the pulling of the Grubs is like, so, oh man, it's really rough. Like this makes the situation so much worse for them to pull them deeper into this pocket. So what do they do? Like I'm actually trying to think what can Casey actually do in this situation. Like, I think the only thing I can imagine is Yike should have walked up, E'd, smite one Grub, and you leave. I actually think that's the only thing they can do. Because I really want them to push up, but like I said, if they push up, like they have to put, like, they need this. They need the brush. It's gonna be bad. So they just have to smite the Grub and leave. And now he does it. But I mean, he could have done it earlier and not waste so much time.
CFO, they're taking lots of fights, and if Junjia's in the area,
Yeah, there's nothing else they could have done.
On his initiation, whether that be from Kaiwing or him making the plays himself. Now, you can see that Casey was in a position, but they respected the opposition and decided it wasn't worth getting back down as early into the game.
Yeah, it actually feels like CFO as well.
That was better by Vladi. Finally, he got like an actual good trade.
Things not necessarily going super well in the early game. They just get it together.
Finally.
In the later stages. Right now, it seems pretty together just in general, and they have a composition that is very, very happy to go the distance, I would say.
I agree. I mean, I think it suits their style. They are very team fight focused. They love the 5v5s, and they're less about trying to catch you on sides, rather than more about objective spawning. Let's go for the fight. I'm ready to take you on. And this composition just complements that
So
style.
Victor's gonna stay to I can't tell if he canceled the Aurora's base or if Aurora's staying because it's a non-cannon, so this guy's always gonna crash it. It kind of sucks that Vi can't find an opportunity here because they could still execute the Rs, especially if this guy stays, but like Yike isn't really looking for it. Like if you see how this goes, also Rakan definitely has the base, so I'm okay with him basing. Should he stay? I mean, the bot wave is like actually okay for Kalist. It might actually be worth for Rakan to stay and then look for a play on this next wave, mid-wave, because this Victor needs the base. I mean, if you look at his mana, he needs the base. I mean, he could be waiting for the TP as well, and if they both TP at the same time, which is like probably true, they probably have the same idea. I just want to get his flash. That's all I want. I just want to get his flash. You don't even need to commit that much, but Rakan flash for Victor flash is definitely worth it. And then he overstays again. Well, not overstays, but he stays again. And yeah, I mean, like, unless you're gonna get this summoner, it's this matchup is just gonna keep going south for mid.
It's just so easy for you to push, poke, and the champion can be extremely impressive against, especially against a champion like Aurora. So nice control in the early game around these objectives from CFO.
Oh my god, that actually worked. What am I missing here? Does Rakan not have W? Ooh. Did they see that? Yeah, they knew he used W. Oh, dude, you fucking slime motherfucker.
Nice control in the early game around these objectives from CFO.
Because honestly, personally, I didn't think that was going to turn out so bad. Also, the Rakan... the Rakan is definitely dead. If he actually just uses the Q on Targ. Aurora's TPing because she wants to get something out of this, but...
CFO with
fuck. No, it's so bad. It's so bad.
The TP was so slow that it gave CFO so much time to be ready
Ezreal should
for
base.
the arrival of Vladi.
Low key, in this case, once this play happens, because Victor like TP'd bot, let Victor take over. The Kai'Sa will do nothing versus him. And Ezreal should base, and then you can guys swap around if you want to. But you actually could keep the Victor bot for a little bit until the Kai'Sa bases, and then he matches her base. Oh boy, that's so bad. And I mean, that's just a TP issue by Vladi. I mean, like, at this point, like, the TPs are slow still, right? Because we're not 10 minutes. So, he just lost it. Damn, dude. Skarner just played that so well. Fuck me, he played that so well.
Yeah, the fact that Kaiwing managed to get that shield of daybreak before any sort of stealth shenanigans.
If I played so well, I mean, yeah, his champion's not like really that hard mechanically or anything. It's just he read the situations the right way. That's how he played it well. He read the situations the right way.
Yeah, I mean, again, the burden of execution I feel heavily falls on KC. CFO have such a straightforward front-to-back composition. You play
Victor still has flash.
use them as a wall, and you can chip away at the poke you have available there.
Like I said, until this is like until they figure this out,
it's gonna be harder and harder for KC to approach the
this is just gonna get worse and worse. The bot lane is doing well. This is the second game in a row for KC bot that they're doing well.
If I was there, that could have been a vibe there. He knew he had his team behind him, he felt confident, he trusted them, and that trust ended up paying off.
Kana is actually winning out. Again, so Kana's winning his solo. So, just like the TL Game 3, both sides are winning.
There's a lot of drafts you talk about, like, range advantage being really important, and in certain compositions less. In this one, it feels like it's massive for this early game that is buying CFO so much time, right? The fact that Viktor can get so much of his damage down without having to worry about an Aurora, who does benefit so much being able to layer all of these combos over and over again.
Lost the grubs, man.
Isn't really a thing.
That's not ideal. So they got 5 grubs total, which means they can always overload his side. And if you look at what Skarner does, like, I like that prior to grubs, that he's getting the vision and he's making sure that this like stays here, it sticks, and that they're like, okay, I mean, we can't exactly just play the way we want to play on bot side. And by the time they do enter the bot side, because it's delayed because of what the enemy team did, yeah, they do sack a plate and minions, but it's not as bad as it could have been. They lose the grubs. The Vi gets no benefit. The Skarner is big chillin'.
They need to do is really start some of these mid-game skirmishes where they can get his composition doing what he wants.
The Viktor is big chillin'. He gets a Krabby. The Dragon's in a minute 20, and that's they just have to time it for it. Rumble TP's on. He's definitely gonna TP for the play. Like, if they really want to make this a thing, I definitely would TP. It's interesting that Skarner actually... It's very interesting. Because at this point, so Skarner makes sure that this is not a play for the enemy team on mid, so he protects his Viktor's flash, which maybe that's the right way to do it. He did have both his camps top though. I feel like a lot of junglers after Crab, like you see this guy, you just go mid, or sorry, go to your top camps, finish these out base, and you'll be like 20-30 seconds before Dragon.
Back in the day when I used to
he bases to get his item, and so he's here like here well before, and like has faster tempo than usually he would. But he also just does his bot camps, I guess. So did it really change that much? I mean, he's basically contesting the same area he would contest. I guess the main difference is like, yeah, he protected his Viktor's flash in case something happened. But also, if they killed Viktor or they got Viktor's flash, then they're not contesting the dragon. Because it's too early before the dragon, right? Like, their ultis would be down. So, this was actually probably a mistake by Skarner. When I'm thinking about it, it's probably better that he would have done the blue and wolves.
Going to be a cloud coming up next. Let's see what soul we're going to get.
CFO leading in the Dragon department. Casey, keen to contest this, especially given that Skarner has made his way down. Has the TP available with the Eclipse ready, he's going to have a lot of damage at his disposal.
Yeah, he's going to get the flash out. HongQ just held in position. There is the public execution. Gets the
has made his way down. Has the TP available, but with the Eclipse.
So the Rumble is involved, as expected. Both top. Okay, I like that Kana is actually getting involved. Finally, this guy's actually doing something with them.
CFO leading.
The Rakan is on mid, but the thing is, they don't have good mid control. Why are they going through mid? It's Kaisa who has all the control.
Flash R,
like,
you've engaged, and then you turn back.
Wouldn't you just want to strong arm through bot, and then Kana can take over mid and approach through mid when this happens?
That exact situation.
Like, Aurora can be second on the wave. That's like fine. And as you back up, I mean, you have good pinks, but as you back up, like, I don't like seeing my Kaisa getting pushed out of bot. That's not good.
But with the Eclipse ready, he's gonna have a lot of damage at his disposal.
I mean, for sure this is Skarner's fault, because like, he shouldn't be this far up. Like, your Rumble's not involved yet. He should just be chilling out here with the Viktor, and Leo should not move out this. Like, Leo should stay here. Like, these are the planes that they play on until Rumble's here. But the Kaisa now is effectively needs to like walk over here, or she's gonna be second, which is not ideal. Like, they need to walk all the way down and push them out. But of course, if they do that, then they took over the mid side. Great Viktor W. Really good Viktor W. Really good Viktor W. But they don't fucking 2v. Dude, do they 2v for this because of that?
Yike able to get himself out of there, but Junjia is over that wall immediately. Not a lot of damage following after
fucking
this.
Nice.
He'll still get slammed into the wall, given that.
Damn, dude, they actually lost that because the Viktor W was so good. That's so funny, because at the same time, Bliss does the right thing, by the way. Like, props to this guy. Well, 2 and 2, I guess.
Have a lot of damage at
he probably should keep walking this way. If his team's not going to help him, he should walk that way, right? But he doesn't. And there's 2 ways to look at this. By him interrupting them, the Leo is not involved in the fight. the Leo most likely would have walked here, flashed Ard, and honestly, these guys probably would lose the fight. Like, the Leo probably would make this a big issue.
Going to get the flash out. HongQ just held in
But
position.
fuck me, dude. Just the way they played it. Because Yike gets stunned, and then Kana gets stunned, and then Yike has to flash away, but then the Skarner art is perfect.
Public execution as Junjia gets 3 in the impale. Targamas over the wall, but they are
And what did Vladi hit?
Going to get the flash out as HongQ
I mean, they did all their, they used all their spells on Viktor.
Yeah, he's going to get the flash out as HongQ just held in position.
Dude, their fucking their CC layering was just so good. It was so good. What the fuck? It was so good. Wow. It is what it is, man. I mean, you just got fucking outplayed. I don't know what else to say. Like, if you're looking at that situation as KC, you just got outplayed.
I mean, the combo from Junjia and Rest was just
That's all there is.
3-man impale, keeping them on the red carpet to chip away their HP.
I'm not gonna dive that guy, are they? No fucking way. Dude.
With not a whole lot of health bar to speak of. Yike able to get himself out of there, but Junjia's
fucking
over
way.
that wall immediately.
No
A lot of
way.
damage.
The Ezreal can't start dragging because, like, you know, normally he should just be covering bot wave, right? Especially if the Kaisa goes back to it. But they do send the Rumble TP, so be it. But I just think it's so fucking funny because the Ezreal should base. He should always base. And they fucking dive this guy. Are you fucking kidding me? You dove him? I just can't believe it. Also, I'm really impressed that he's actually still taking the fight to this guy. Nice fucking Q. He played that really well. To be honest, I mean, like, he actually was pumping. They lost the drag. Wait, or did they get the drag? The Skarner got the drag? The Skarner gets the drag after. With the Viktor TP. So they double TP? So they double TP. Oh, dude, I wish Kana did not TP. I really wish Kana did not TP. Because if he doesn't TP and he just takes over the top wave, yeah, he kills Leo. But he actually had TP advantage on the map to do something. Now they're back to no advantage. No TP advantage. And they took the drag. And the Herald's coming up. It's Herald, right?
You gotta remember that with this fan base, they are blindingly loyal. Okay,
yeah.
There's always a positive to take away from every situation. And hey, it's only a 2k deficit from the side of KC, but as you rightly said, it feels like the game is only going to get harder and harder to play as it continues. The Herald started off by Junjia.
Yeah. Also, the Rumble TP did yield them bot turret. Doggo, that hurts. So let's see how they approach this.
It feels like the game is only going to get harder and harder to
the predominant amount of their members are on the right side.
But as you rightly said, it feels
obviously
like the
they want to like
get harder and harder
just
to play
instantly kill
as
them.
it continues as the Herald started off. Said,
what info
like
do
the
they
game
have?
Is only going to get harder and harder to
they
play
don't see Skarner.
as it continues as the Herald started
They know the Herald's pulled.
by Junjia.
Okay, there's definitely I see one angle in front of me right now. I think the Mbessa.
Okay, there is always a positive to take away from every situation. And hey, it's only a 2k deficit on the side of KC, but as you rightly said, it feels like that the game is only...
Mbessa does not have R yet, but she actually chunked the Viktor, and so that was a good matchup for them to have because she actually chunked the Viktor. So that's really good. Chunked the Viktor. Technically, honestly, so I mean, they can't... the Ezreal has flash, so like the Vi can't commit, right? But honestly, if Vladi has W, he actually could have jumped over this wall and went on Doggo and pushed him out and taken over the right line.
The Herald started off by Junjia.
Yeah,
which I'm actually kind of surprised he's not doing. They definitely should have done that. It already had the right line control. Now, of course, I don't think Doggo should just get fucking traded like this. But he is playing like an idiot.
Very difficult to get through. Ooh, as Doggo, yeah, taking a big chunk.
So how else? So like once you get this chunk,
as Doggo, yeah,
I do agree that taking the right line is nice. It does suck that Targ hugged the right side to get like chipped himself. And now this is the situation where we're in, like, this is kind of similar, but it's not, okay, it's not exactly the same, because if they pulled the Herald to the left, like, if this was how they did this, because they're trying to play on that pink on the right line, right?
It uses the Herald.
If they pulled the Herald to the left, we're in the same situation as before, which is really awkward for them to, like, play with. This right now is actually makes this fight doable.
Yeah, Junjia is becoming a problem as well. You can see that health bar is starting to look very difficult to get through.
Ooh.
As Doggo,
and so now the Rumble is going to match this guy. Technically, Kana should just go on him. Kana should just go on him now. If you pull this guy over, you're probably happy. Klist will never move through. But if you do CC, she will R over. And so it actually looks better. Because they chipped this guy out, and because Viktor's showing here, the threat is not so bad. Now, he has no sum, so like I said, he needs... He can't, this is it. This is as far as this guy's gonna go. He can't go any further. If he goes further, he'll die. Kind of makes me feel like Rakan should not go in the right line now. Honestly, it'd probably be better if Rakan moved this way, and Aurora just focused on... Or does he have a ward?
It's only to play.
He does.
You can see that.
Oh yeah, he does. He should put a ward in there to show the pink, and then Aurora should just hit it. Aurora can just hit it, and then the Kaisa can sit here. That's probably better.
Ooh. As Doggo, yeah, taking a big chunk.
So Kana doesn't go into this guy. He's playing really reserved.
Chunk. Kana now looking for his angle.
Ooh.
And
Doggo, yeah, taking
Skarner goes on the Vi instead. Which, I don't... That's not really good, is it?
As also Vladi getting that ultimate in there, a lot of damage is Klist. Killer Instinct into the backline. Junjia takes down Yike though, and he's so tanky. It is absolutely absurd. Trisha Barrage, but Doggo's so low, he can't actually get into the fight once again.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. That was a mistake by Skarner. Skarner definitely should not go on the jungle. Like, the jungle doesn't matter there.
Doggo forced out of the fight quite early. Means that he wasn't able
Rest
to
did well. Rest definitely did well in that situation, but I don't really like what Skarner did. Like, the Rumble did great, but I don't know. That was not the play. It did not play out how I thought it should. Because, like, look what happened. So when he goes on this, they can't reach this way. If they reach this way, they get blasted. So, like, they have to think about these people. This guy doesn't fight into Rumble at all. So he's like, he actually gets pushed out. The Rumble R is okay. Honestly, if the Rumble R was like this, it would have been way worse for them. Because now these guys have to move to the right, or they move to the left. If they move to the left, then they run into the Rumble. Right? But the Skarner used everything, and if you look, like, no one can do anything to Yike. No one wants to pump into Yike.
Single-man ulti was a big difference.
Nice W by Rakan.
Yike dropped very early, but
and Kana's able to reach into the fight, which is fantastic for them. So yeah, it was, I mean, I guess they still lose their Heralds anyways, but
yeah, I was looking for the eye, you know,
it was a good fight,
some spells and stuff like that, to see where the eye was going to be at, and couldn't find it. That was because, yeah, like you said, the Herald not even picked up at all, and so now, finally, it is going to go over to Junjia. So that means that this mid-outer turret could be going down, but they could also throw it here towards the top side. As you can see, HongQ with his little Voidlings having a pretty good time just wailing on this one. And with the fact that it's like they've just had a monopoly on all of these objectives, all over the map, 5 grubs going over to CFO. And this is the team that's very happy to go late. We remember Skywing throws his umbrella towards Klist, but isn't going to be able to find any joy. But he's, every time he is in range for a Zenith blade, he will press that button.
Certainly will. I mean, I love the confidence we're seeing from both Skywing and Junjia. Like, they're engaged consistently, finding onto the right targets. As you rightly said, in the previous fight, locking down Yike, probably not as top as they would have liked, but still, the fact that they ended up only being a 2-for-1 and they still get the objective, as the flank now comes through the TP was, but that's a deep flank.
That is a really deep flank, and then you've got the opposing flank to come in from Kana.
Ow, really what the fuck just happened, man?
He is in range for a Zenith blade. He will press that button.
First off, you're getting bot for free. So you're getting bot, you're gonna push out top, you're gonna defend mid. Why are we double TPing? This makes no sense at all, bro. They just lost their minds. You should always push out top, and then the Mbessa can just run upwards to help defend and lean, and that's it. Now you're down both TPs, so now for the next, like, 4 minutes, you're in a tough spot. Like, now these guys, now you have to be really scared about what the fuck's happening.
immediately. Junjia crashing them against the wall. Not going to be getting himself out of there. Is now rest. Deciding that perhaps that wasn't the teleport angle. He was looking for a cease and desist. On top of the rumble, he flashes out there. But this double knockback from Tartarus is massive. Equalizer just trying to find him some space, and it's Yike that goes down. CFO, why did that work?
So far, they're looking to put themselves on soul point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, that sucks. But I do like that they all in the dragon. I like that they're all like present for this situation. And I do like that in the end, Aurora. I mean, Aurora pushed out bot though, so they clearly know that she's going to be on this flank.
They're looking to put themselves on soul point.
And the Rumble wants to be present for this dragon and contesting this way, then Rumble should be with them as well. And they never. Ooh. So I'm noticing a common theme for their Leo is they're like, was it Kai Wing? Kai Wing? Is that how you say Kai Wing? He's always extending well past the line of contest. Like they can't contest this far. If they do, they're pulling, right? Like they should just pull. But are they gonna kill anyone? I mean, that's like just the main thing. Can you actually kill someone?
Right now is Kai Wing.
And I don't think they anticipated that.
The shoes of strength, very strong.
Mbessa was here. Like I think when he went in, he was thinking Mbessa's not in here. And once he saw her, he was like, oh, fuck. And the Skarner, I was like, again, it's like not great. I mean, like personally, I would try to make it seem like I'm inting a little bit more. I try to bait them more, and then that would look better. Because yeah, like I mean, like you just don't have the damage for this guy. Deciding that perhaps that wasn't the teleport angle, he was not going to be getting himself out of there. And I like that Yike did this flank. I mean, the flank's good. The only thing is, I wonder if Yike had to R this way though, because they know Ezreal has no flash. So what happens if he actually just flash R's Doggo? Doggo's dead. Yeah, that's what he needed to do. He actually needed to flash R the Ezreal, and it would have been a monster play. Because he does it on Rumble, and so they put some damage on the Rumble, but he flashes. Now they go on to this guy, and now they're trying to kill Doggo, but they don't have the damage. And then Yike tries to answer it quickly, but yeah, like I said, in the end, they didn't have the damage because also Vladi put spells into rest. So they had it. They actually had it. They punished the Leo. The Vi had a great flank. The Vi used her R on the wrong target, unfortunately, based on flashes. So flash tracking. Hello, hello, hello. And now they lost the dragon. And now they're on soul point. And this is twice. Twice now this has happened. Twice now they lost the dragon almost in a similar way. Well, they lost the Herald and the dragon in a similar way.
I mean, I learned about Campset. Prevented has been implemented. It's a beautiful place to be. I know you did nothing. No, I did praise.
Oh, okay. So it starts back up. Well, here.
And it's a really nice win. So I know you did nothing.
No, I did praise. And in fact, Papa is part of the reason why we have an English broadcast that's here in the arena. So we can thank Papa Smitty, but that's still not.
But thank you, Atlas, for bringing us the joy that you always do whenever you talk against Smitty. Now, admittedly, EU is quite stressed at the moment, so they're going to need some of that joy almost immediately because the game is slipping away from KC. And as a reminder, this is a really important game for KC, especially given that their games do not get any easier.
He had full health a little while ago, and Doggo sorted that great arcane shift, but he still gets knocked up with
immediately because the game is slipping away.
I gotta say, Oyster's definitely has some like mispositioning fight takes, and a lot of it comes from their bot lane. Like this poke damage is phenomenal, right? Like damn, he's hitting everything. They go in, and I think the only issue with that, I guess, in the end, is this that he has Flash E, right? He has Flash E, and what are we fighting for? Because right now the top wave is like coming into us. The Otacon is there, but we don't need to start the Otacon. The Otacon's bait, right? The Otacon is bait.
Stressed at the moment, so they're gonna need.
So, and who has? No one has TP. Why the fuck does no one have TP?
We will have been here, but I am happening.
Oh, is this because no one has TP? Because this is still. Hold on. So the last thing that happened was this.
He keeps up this level,
and both their TPs are down still.
I know you did nothing.
No, I didn't.
No TPs, which forces you to want a group for the Otacon.
Why we have
these guys have TP advantage on Viktor, which would imply that he does not need to be present at all.
Really nice arena. So
Initially.
I know you did nothing.
No, I didn't.
Praise.
And in fact,
and you know that they pushed out bot, and it's dangerous, so they want to go through mid.
Game is slipping
so they're all going through mid.
And also to whenever you jump. But thank you.
The Aurora has plenty of vision. This is probably spooky. That one brush is probably spooky.
Now, admittedly, EU is quite
Leo's showing. Skarner's not showing. They do see Skarner now.
The game is slipping away from KC. And as a reminder, this is a really important game for KC, especially given.
I really don't like that Klist actually just stands up like that, though. Like, he's being way too bold. Like, the Leo will never go on him. That's not the issue. But I don't like the idea of him being chunked by Doggo. Like, what happens if Doggo hits another Q on him? That's it. He's 50%.
Yeah, Klist, he had full health.
And these guys know that they're hovering behind them.
A little while ago.
So, Yike kind of just lost his marbles and wanted to go for it.
But he still gets knocked up. Klist gets into that back line.
And Vladi tried to kill him, which used all of his spells. But at this point, Vladi should just pump into these two. This guy's gone.
Gets into that back line, but the equalizer still just great arcane shift, but he still gets knocked up. Full health a little while ago. And Doggo saw to that. Great arcane shift, but he still he had full health.
I wonder if Klist even needs to. Oh, I mean, technically, Klist could cleanse and walk in to hit him some more, and then have the R preserved, which is not bad.
Great arcane shift.
And also, Kana tried to R Doggo, but Doggo CC like ended.
He had full health a little while ago, and Doggo saw to that. Great arcane shift.
Ah, dude, it's just because Kana missed, or not missed, but like the timing was just a little off. Because if Kana does connect the R, he's dead. And Doggo is semi-inting his positioning. He is.
Yeah, Klist, he had full health a little while.
And there's no way Ezreal's gonna like probably flash or like E this. I mean, if he does flash E it, yeah, like Vi's in a really bad spot. But I don't know how likely that would happen.
A while ago, and Doggo sort of
the Rumble R will do a lot.
Great arcane shift.
But the Rumble R is actually, I mean, it ended up being fine.
A little while ago, and Doggo saw to that. Great arcane shift. Yeah, Klist.
But again, I feel like if he just R'd in a way that was like, like down this way, like kind of like in a cutoff way, probably feels better to make them like have to choose going right or left.
Shift, but he still gets knocked up.
Because I feel like them going up is definitely preferred.
Backline, but the equalizer still just being annoying in this fight. Targamas going to be the first to go down, and Kana, he's going to try and dash his way out, but of course,
I mean, that's just unfortunate, man. That's just really unfortunate.
Just been quietly doing a bajillion damage in so many of these fights. Now moving
that's just unfortunate. There's no other way to really get around it. It was not a bad read. I don't think it was a bad read by Yike. I think it was just, it required strong execution by other members to make sure that it stuck. Because Rakan did his job. And yeah, like I said, Kana just was not close enough. And I mean, Kana's trying to dodge some damage. So I get why his positioning was that way too. Just unlucky. It's just unlucky. It's just unlucky.
Really good into the composition and locking down a single target. If you don't kill that target quickly enough, the rest of the group is going to rejoin with their team, and in the front to back, it's way easier for CFO to execute.
If it ends up being too hard to execute it, then don't do it. And it's like I said, it's a little hard to know that like your Mbessa was not going to be precisely in the right spot. So
you just try and play for neutral, just try and keep things as even as possible. As we kind of pick towards the top side rest, getting taken down low, but he does of course have the icon buff. And he's going to take one of those recoveries away and does give some money over. But Vladi, he's real
Jesus Christ.
And so that 1-for-1 is not going to be 1-for-1 at all.
I'm impressed that every single hit that KC finds, CFO find a way to trade it back. Yeah, they consistently throughout the game, always 1-to-1. Yeah, it's just so quick. They're able to avenge their top laner. And well, KC
they do it again. And do they even have to? Because now could be Klist is in trouble. Public execution just to get Kana out of there. Klist going to have to use that cleanse and the flash in order to escape. And I don't think it's going to be enough. Doggo, arcane shift forward, cheeky auto attack, and that is a dead Kai'Sa. And CFO are really starting to run away with this game now.
I mean, from start to finish, I think they played this composition to perfection. They had pushing lanes, they leveraged their prio. Junjia was securing every single early game objective. I mean, CFO have just dominated KC in this first game, and now they've set their cycle on the Baron.
Yeah, Baron gonna be started up. I don't think this is a full commit. As you can see, Junjia just throwing a boulder at it.
I mean, the Salt spawning in, what, 40 seconds?
I reckon that one's gonna be a priority.
I think it certainly will be, and at this point, you have to feel like the KC composition really has been outscaled. I don't think that they have the damage really to lock down either Doggo or...
This is just a rough game, man. It's just a rough game to lose. Because it was definitely doable win. It was a very doable win. I will say though that the Skarner for sure, you know, like looking at the Skarner in these games so far, I still feel like this, like it makes me feel like this champion is still good. Despite everything that this champion has received as nerfs, it just... Oh, dude, you like that? That was cute as fuck, man. Oh my god, look what the Skarner does. Look, he pins him here, right? Throws the R. The SU R is gonna miss, technically. But when you're piloting the Skarner R, you're trying to do your best to position them in the damage. Look at it.
Okay,
dude, he does a little wiggle. He does a little wiggle to make sure this guy gets hit by it. What the fuck, man? That is so cool. It's such a small thing, but it's so cool.
There's another two-man impale from Junjia.
That's so cool.
It is absurd, kind of trying to dash around the fight, but he dashes to the death chamber instead.
I love it.
And Yike, he's running the wrong direction, and he's not going to be getting out of this one. Once again, Doggo just hops over.
This guy has some pretty good Ezreal Q accuracy.
They can take a Baron if they like, but they can also just take 50 gold from a Nexus, I think.
But damn, dude. I mean, like,
look at the, I mean, the engagement.
Vladi's just trying to get away, man, but no flash. And you know, this is actually one thing I do feel like Oysters is doing like better on, because there's like the region they play in, there can be a lot more heavy fighting, right? If you have heavy fighting in your region, you know what's actually really important? Tracking sums. Like, if shit's going down so much, you want to know who has no flash, who has no heal, who has no exhaust, whatever the case is, and you press into that member in the fights. Like, you pay attention to who's on the map and who can I actually like target, right? And that's what they're doing a better job of than KC. Now, don't get me wrong, KC has done a few moments, but like generally, like Yike with going on the Rumble versus the Ezreal, and the Rakan like not even going on the Rumble, like the Rakan went on the Ezreal's knowing the info he had. Makes a big difference.
Who is targeting? I have no idea.
Yeah, look at the position of Doggo right now as well. Playing comfortably behind his front line. He's even saying, go after HongQ. It's fine. Target him instead of me. He's got the Zonias available, level 16.
Oh my god. Look at that poke. Death Ray has never been named more accurately. As yeah, Quill's going to be going back to the fountain to mend his wounds. First inhibitor to go down. As Rest chasing after Skarner. He was the one that was going for the flank angle this time around as Yike makes his way back to his team. But look at this poke. KC just have nothing off the back. We mentioned that range before, but when you have this kind of range advantage and then just a massive lead, it's just slow, steady destruction of KC's base.
There's something they kind of need to do for them. Why not now? Rest brings the minion wave into mid. Another tower is going to fall, and KC, I mean, it feels impossible to win a fight at this point anyway, but they're going to have to try and pull the trigger soon.
Yeah. Or it's
see ya, guys. That's the first game. The Viktor was a problem. The Viktor was a big fucking problem. Unfortunate for Klist. I mean, even Tark. I felt like Tark didn't play like a bad game. Honestly, he really didn't. I mean, the worst player of the game really is... Okay, there's two. In many ways... Honestly, in many ways, it's like... Vladi didn't... Like, Vladi had a really bad time. But, like, these two are the culprits. And, funny enough, these two were the culprits as well against TL in Game 3. The MVP... I mean... Dude. For sure. Him. The GOAT of the region, it's him. Stellar game. Pretty good game by Rest. Kana, okay, good. Honestly, he actually did more this series, this game, which was good to see. Not ideal. Great by these two. You know, they did good. Doggo, okay, good. Like, they lost, and not only did they lose their lane, though, again, I only give them okay, good, because they still contributed in a way, but they put themselves in some pretty bad situations. Like, it's really hard, because I want to say okay, good because of the stuff they did, but honestly, I could also just say okay, bad, because it kind of felt that way. And for a first game, I mean, like, it's very winnable for KC, and they can definitely play to be in the series still. Really did not like the Vladi or Aurora, though. I did not like that. Hopefully the next one's better.